Hi everyone, my name is Jurgita. I invite you to the ancient world of Mayans. It was a very personal experience. Me and Jurgita came here with our families to find out more about favorite Serpent. I didn't know about it before, but I have drawn it intuitively for our created perfume mandala. And well, let me tell you the story. Firstly, I will start with correctly pronouncing its full name. Can you tell me one more time? I would like to pronounce
Its name? Ahau,
Ahau,
Kawil,
Kawil,
Kukulkan,
Kukulkan,
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl.
Right.
Okay, this is the god. This is the main god of wind. He moves wind and also rules hurricanes. So I really apologize for the windy sharings you will see later. I was really tempted to refilm all these videos, but I thought that it could be, it could mean that I disregard the presence of Kukulkan itself. So I hope it will not disturb you very much. We are here now in Yucatan, Mexico, Chichen Itza. You can see behind me there is a pyramid which is called Kukulkan, or the feathered serpent. The snake with the wings. Actually, the one which I have drawn for our perfume mandala, our O3. So that's why we are here right now. We are following our intuitive journey to find out what does that mean, the deeper meaning of this symbolism. We have been here already several days. First of these days was extremely intensive. We had to adjust with our energies, not only after a long flight from the other world, from the winter time and extreme cold, which was in our country, but we have to settle down with our minds from the external world and to be open up for internal energies to our inner life. So it takes time, usually at least several days. That's why we took here a hotel, which is actually in this place next to the pyramid itself. I wanted here to sleep several nights to get my dreams, to get in touch with my unconscious, to see how does it speak to me in this place, in this field of knowledge. So I saw that it is very difficult to listen to what I'm saying because of the wind and the noise. So I thought that I might say a few words from my home back to Lithuania, from where we came. So the field of knowledge I mentioned, it is a subtle field, the one you can enter when you prepare yourself. That means being not a tourist, but bowing to the place with the deepest respect and gratitude to all the people of all ages that lived here before you. So ancient Mayan world is full of living symbols which can speak to your unconscious. Also, you can find them engraved in stones, and the structure of the buildings itself can function as a symbol. That's why you can experience here a change, almost a quantum change, because where a symbol functions, there is a transformation possible. As a psychotherapist, I'm mostly interested in transformation of our psyche. So I'm also interested in all possible spiritual touch to our souls. And we were extremely lucky here to meet people that has the roots in this subtle spiritual field. So they know this place by their hearts. They showed us all that they could share with us, of course. And we asked them for what possible reasons they think Mayans built these complexes, and how does it function right now, or how it functioned in ancient times. So we really felt invited to this world, and we are very grateful that we could enter. So we have their own stories and their own experiences, as well as I have read many articles, many books, what I could found in academic world, as well as esoteric library. So before coming here, I got feeling like intuitive feeling that I have to be there. I have to be here. I have to follow my intuition further, because it caught me when I was drawing this mandala for perfume. And then I got like signs that I have to be here, especially this time, You will hear me speaking about the Threefold Conjunction, and I mean a close interconnection of three different worlds. Conjunctio is a well-known term from alchemy, and it means a particular stage of a process of transformation when, after being separated, two different substances become united. It means two contradictory poles or elements become as one. So it means they become integrated into our psyche. A conjunctio, whether it is twofold or threefold, which I'm speaking right now, it can happen in our inner world, as well as it can be expressed in outer relationships. Such questions of conjunctio in a partnership of three, when it means probably a need of reconciliation of three different approaches, and it can, in a successful way, it can end up having an advanced quality of something, because we can integrate three different views we can see things from three different perspectives, and it can be well united. So it also can happen in a love relationships as well. So when it is about relationships, we can also remember this quite known term about eternal triangles. And usually it means several souls which incarnates together into the same space and time. And they are connected with a very intensive feelings, very intensive emotions, usually based on love and attraction, sometimes, with the need to possess somebody. So it leads to severe feelings of jealousy or envy. So we know that people may struggle in such feelings because they are in a triangle situations. And we also know this from famous stories such as Anna Karenina, Virginia Woolf with Sackville West. Also, it is expressed in a famous Grail legend, as well as we can find this in the Old Testament about Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar. So, when we have in mind our personal development, our personal evolution, so from psychotherapy perspective, it means that we probably have 3 different inner figures that seeks our attention, seeks our energy. They want to be seen, to be acknowledged by our conscious awareness. And if we are not aware of those figures, at least of one or 2 of those figures, we may neglect our very important needs represented by those figures. So we can be torn to the different directions and without knowing what is happening with us. So I know these situations from our, work with people, from my psychotherapy practice. When I have opportunity to see a lot of different lives of others. So that's why I'm particularly interested in the depths of such symbolism, the symbolism of free. And I was very happy to find this thread that leads to the Mayan world, where I found this connection between 3 stars. So I'm gonna tell you about this later. So now let me return to the concept of time. And when I say inner time, I mean situations when we may be called by our souls, by our inner beings, to be ready for something. And it is very important to be aware of that and to respond in some way. Also, I mean about outer time, that flows in the world. So we can see this in changing seasons, in hours, minutes, days, years, sometimes even a second may be very important for something. What I learned being here, that this right time to be on time and somewhere in the place to make this decision is extremely important. What I have found that these complexes were built as actual calendars for Mayan people, and they used their deepest knowledge for mathematics, astronomy skills, geometry, like forming a perfect angles. That the whole structure functions as a calendar. So, first of all, this is external time, like the time, to do some things in their lives. For example, to harvest or to put seeds in the ground, like those seasonal things that they need to measure. But what the most important here, what I have learned and what I have seen, that this pyramid is actually structure which is built to combine opposites of our lives. So inside this building there is another pyramid, a smaller one, which you can climb on the top, and you can find here the most important symbols of Mayans. So this structure was not only a calendar, but it was a place, a living symbol that reveal an important truth, that everything is interconnected, outer and inner, upwards and downwards, like, positive and negative, light and shadows. Because another thing that is actually a wonder. This pyramid is considered one of the wonders in the world, and it is designed in such a way that twice a year, during spring and autumn equinoxes, you can see here a snake that crawls down from the sky, and its body is formed with 7 triangles, because light casts down from the sky and from the corner. It breaks into some shadows, and this is effect. People come from all over the world to see this during equinoxes. How 7 triangle serpent comes down to meet people, so they celebrate these days. Even today, not only it was important for Mayans. So 7 triangles, it matches our subtle nature, our subtle anatomy, because we also have 7 energy centers in our body.
We can think that it could be one of the main ideas that pyramid is related to our subtle energy systems, how we use our energy or how it could be transformed, how we can be healed. Serpent very frequently depicted in a wave-like or sinusoidal pattern that resembles actually the energy itself, how it is transmitted, how sunlight is spread to our world, its radiation in waves. The serpent can symbolize an energy itself as well as wisdom, the meaning mostly related to the serpents, but it is accessible when you know how to use your energy wisely.
There is a meaning of Chichen Itza itself, and it means, from Mayan language, it means the mouth of the well of the wise people of the water. So
water here is another important element. It is known that we are made of water. Our emotional, sensitive life is being symbolized by water. It is a substance that we baptize our children with it or bless important places. It is said that unexpected rain could be the sign of the blessings from the sky, so you should not protect yourself or hide yourself from it. This pyramid has a wonderful revelation. You can find here the mystery of sound. Almost every time around this place you can find people who clap their hands, so you will know why they do this.
So there's a lot of chaos and a lot of noise, but what they do here, they try to catch this echo of the clapping hands, because if you you can experience here how the sound transforms into the sound of a bird. Actually, for Mayans, they had a bird which they considered as a sacred bird. I don't know how it is pronounced correctly, but I think it is a Quetzal bird, the one with blue and green wings. Very beautiful bird, large bird. So there are also places around these complexes where you can hear 7 echoes of making some sound, also with flapping your hands. So what we can understand that sound it is as a healing agent to our inner waters. That's why it can be used to restore our energy, to transform our inner energies, to be healed. Let me take you to the south corner of the pyramid, of the stairs. Everybody is going here to clap their hands. So let me show you the mystery of sound. I need to take off my bracelet and also ring. Also, it is important to note that you are not allowed actually to enter this pyramid. So it is very sad, probably, or maybe not. I don't know. But you are allowed only to come around these buildings. But you may find actually. In some articles or in some books, the one book I bought, here on the corner, and it was full of esoteric knowledge. So when you search, you can find what you need actually, and what you've been called. So
the birth of O3, our ozone perfume, was spiritually initiated in Bosnia, where we also came together with Jurgita and our families. And we walked there all the road connecting 3 pyramids, the sun, the moon, and the dragon, that forms a completely equilateral triangle. So we found there the center in the middle of this triangle, and we brought there our hearts symbolically by bringing a heart-shaped stone from our home, from the place where we live, in such a way showing the respect and asking to be welcomed, to be accepted by this place. Of course, we didn't plan anything, to do there or to get there. It was just a journey of the most genuine interest into that place, as well as intuitive journey, because we were drawn to that place somehow together. And after that, probably several months later, our perfume was born. So in Mayan world, we followed our process probably to the second initiation, because there we had a lot of meaningful happenings, a lot of synchronicities with a theme that we talk in the ozone myth. One of those things that repeats and speaks to us is a threefold conjunction, which I mentioned before. And here we see it in a 3 stars. Mayans believed that a part of Orion constellation you can see in the sky, there is 3 stars that forms also a triangle with the middle, within the middle, a great nebula inside. So they believed that this triangle of 3 stars, it is where the actual creation took place. So the first creative process where the whole world was born. That nebula inside is called M42, and it is considered to be the first fire, so as the first spark that lit the whole process. I think that this is a very beautiful idea, a very beautiful belief. It is written in their sacred book. Also, it is deep in their souls, in their inner knowledge. So this 3 stars leads their evolution, leads the inner processes. And we were very happy to go there to see the night sky with those 3 stars. I'm going to show you the picture. We made it actually. So we were living in that place during this transitional period of New Year time, and we were very lucky to be there with the people who welcomed us, who invited us to their lives. So they showed this secrets. I believe this was the second initiation into our perfume, the O3. So thank you for watching such a long video. I hope it was not too long for you guys. I tried to speak from here. I'm already back home in Lithuania, because you saw how much it was disturbing there to share with you, because there was a lot of wind, a lot of people, a lot of noise, as well as a lot of presence of Kukulkan itself. So Jurgita is still there. She is gathering scents, and as she said that she writes these scents into her inner library that she could recall later and recognize something, and also she will try to create, because she is the one who does all the alchemy, about the scents. So I'm waiting her to come back. And if you are interested in what I have shared with you, so you may follow us and like it. I will try to share as much as possible with you what is going on further, how O3 theme develops, and I hope to see you in our next videos.